Hi and welcome to another Type with Me. This week I will talk about structural typing and matching objects with TypeScript. It's a very important thing to know when you are going to write things within TypeScript, and so we will see how this reflects towards other languages and also how this reflects towards JavaScript. So are you with me? Let's go! So first of all, we're going to start with a function called sum, and we're going to sum two numbers towards each other, right? We're going to start with JavaScript, and then I'm going to upgrade it a little bit to TypeScript, and you will see why we have typings there and what the purpose of that is, so that we can directly after that go to structural typing, and we can resemble that with nominal typing, right? So now here I'm going to do a basic sum 2, 1 and 2, then we can do a sum of 5 and 2, then I'm gonna do a sum of type with me and 2, right? And we're gonna do the same right here with 2 comma and then type with me. So basically we're gonna see what this is, but of course when you write a function like sum, you assume that a and b are numbers, right? But you will see that when we do node index.js, you will see that we have 3, 7 type with me, 2 type with me, so that he will concatenate the two together. Also when we do here 2, for example, I also can do dyno run index.js, right? You'll see it's just the same thing as of node index.js, right? So great. Now let us just change this towards TypeScript, right? And then of course you will see that we have here something like an implicit any. So first of all we need to do that. I need to turn it to any, right? And then you'll see when we do a run of dyno, well then of course he doesn't know type, but if we do this then he's just gonna check index.js, and then we will see that we have 3, 7 type with me 2, and so the same kind of results, because it's an any. So we say to the system it's an any, but we just want to have numbers, and then of course when we execute that, we will not be allowed to do so because the compiler will complain. If we do so and we save it, of course, then you will see that he will throw errors and we cannot execute our code anymore. So we need to remove these two, and then you'll see everything goes well, right? Great. So that's why we have a typing system in there. But then you need to know that we have something very important. TypeScript is a structural type system. This means as long as your data structure satisfies a contract, TypeScript will allow it, even if you have too many keys declared. So let's see how this looks like. So imagine that we have something like that. We have here a type person, which has a first and a last, and these are 2 strings, right? Then you will see that when we have too few, he will complain because he doesn't have last, right? When we have const exact, you will see that we have the writing to give to the contract, right? And when we have here too many, you will see that it's also satisfied, right? So that's something very important to know. One of the other things that's also nice to know is, like, for example, type customer, for example, equals, and then we can say here that it is first last and it has it has an age. Just to show you, age number, right? And then we can see here customer. Well, it's no problem to just provide a customer to a safe person, right? Because it still has the same contract as a person. It has two properties, first and last. Only when it has less, it will complain and say, hey, this is not correct. So that's a very important concept that you need to know and that you need to have in mind. When you are writing Java, for example, and you create two classes that has the same properties and same methods, but just another name, well, the compiler will complain about that. I think it's the same with .NET, and with other languages they have nominal typing. Well, with TypeScript that's not the case, so that is something you need to take into account when writing your code with TypeScript. So imagine that you really want to validate your shape. You can do that with the following construct, right? So we can say here that we want to have this, right? We want to have what we give into our function, so the too many, the exact, of the too few, the exact, or the too many, right? This one needs to extend shape already. That's the first one, right? It needs to have that kind of same structure, right? And if it does, if it do so, we want to say, okay, exclude from T those types that are assigned to you. So we want to have that, and for that we will have for the person we will have first and last, and for the customer we will have first, last, and age. And then you will see that we only have age because it's been excluded. It doesn't have to be exact match, right? So we will return age for that. And then, of course, you will see that the other ones are never and never. So then the age doesn't exactly match what the contract serves. So the compiler will complain about that. So for that, we can just add here our generic T, right? And then we can do this, validate shape. Then we can say T and then person. And T is the object that we are providing towards a function here, right? So here you will see that T is first because it's too few, right? Then here you will see that T is first and last, and at the end you will see that T is customer, right? And also there, like I said before, it will exclude everything. So here you will only have age, and age, of course, is a problem, and it isn't gonna accept that. So we cannot do anything with that, and the compiler will complain about it and say, hey, it doesn't work. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you understand it. I hope that you understand that it's very important to know that TypeScript is a structural typing language, right? So that when you don't do validate shape, that you also can save a customer, which is almost like a person, but it also has an age in his type. And if you don't want to have that, then well, you need to do something about it, like this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a pleasure to make this one for you, right? And keep in mind that generics are a very, very complex thing. So I just want to briefly show you that with this kind of construct you can solve that. But if you don't understand, don't worry about that. The most important part of this is that you need to know that these kind of constructs exist within TypeScript and that you need to be aware of that. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and if you want to have more videos, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.